Good morning, it's Barbara zooming through southern Louisiana. Just popped on to say good morning, happy Easter to those who celebrate, and thank you for joining me for coffee. I've had a wonderful trip. I think it really accomplished what I was hoping to accomplish in terms of sort of resetting and chilling and relaxing and sort of changing my mindset. I really do feel like it's done that. I have had a wonderful couple of days with Christy, and we really enjoyed the trip a lot. She's up a couple of cars ahead of me in coach because she only has a 6-hour ride, and she came and sat with me for a minute and checked out my room, but here's my room. So I'm sitting by the window. There's the door. Little sink. That's the bathroom. That's me sitting in my chair. The jump seat is turned around so it gives me a little more room on the floor because I'm facing forward. And so here's my coffee. Jonathan brought me coffee. It's quite lovely. So there you go. That's a little tour. So I didn't do a vlog yesterday. I'm sorry. It was like mid-afternoon and I'm like, oh, I didn't do my vlog today. Christy's like, well, you're on vacation. It's okay. I'm like, right. It's okay. So we had a lovely dinner. I was going to pay attention to I will put the name of the restaurant we had dinner at night before last in the Down Bar in case you're in New Orleans, because I highly recommend it. Its specialty is curried goat. And I thought, oh, I don't know, goat. But I had never had goat. I like lamb. There's no reason particularly to think that they taste similar. But just saying. We loved the curried goat. It was amazing. It was amazing. We had such a lovely meal, and yeah, we really enjoyed it a lot. And then we just wandered back to the hotel. Our hotel was perfectly located in the French Quarter for, it was a 10-minute walk to the river, 15-minute walk to the market, French market, and all the arts and crafts and junk. I did buy a little junk. I have granddaughters. Of course I bought a little junk. I'm putting it behind the camera. So I got 2 little masks for the girls, and I bought myself a skein of yarn, and guy on the street gave us some beads. That was it. I did not do a lot of shopping, and Christy got a couple things for souvenirs that she saw and caught her eye. And we just wandered around, sat by the river, walked by the river, and ate. We ate and we drank. And last night yesterday we had lunch at Mr. B's Bistro, which was recommended for its gumbo and its barbecue shrimp. Ooh, the train has just speeded up. And which I, wanted to try both of those things. They're big, New Orleans food things. I am not a fan of the gumbo. I got the seafood gumbo. Not really a fan of that, but the barbecued shrimp were to die for. So they're called barbecued shrimp, but any other place in the United States, is why they came up with barbecue, the name barbecue, they don't know. But we don't really barbecue shrimp. So calling it barbecue shrimp isn't like, the only thing it's doing is it's giving you a different idea, because barbecue sauces are generally vinegar based or tomato based, and you barbecue, you cook them over an open fire kind of a thing. But these shrimp they are cooked in a pan, and the sauce is butter and Worcestershire sauce and a whole bunch of other things in it, but it's very buttery. It's very butter based, and then you fry the shrimp with the heads on, in the shell with the heads on in this buttery yumminess. And they served it with bread, and I ate the bread. OMG, I dipped and dipped. It was delicious. It was delicious. So we had a big lunch at Mr. B's Bistro, which is right across the street from our hotel. And then, so we went and, took a shower, cleaned up after, and then we walked down to the Roosevelt Hotel. Now, I only had a couple of things on my to-do list for New Orleans, and, one of them was try all the food, try all the different New Orleans cuisines that I had been reading about. And the other one was I wanted a Ramos Gin Fizz. And if you follow me on Instagram, I put a picture of a Ramos Gin Fizz. And it was a drink that was developed in New Orleans. And I probably told you about it already. And, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, the guy who invented the drink had to hire double the number of bartenders because the drink is supposedly shaken for 12 minutes. Ours were not shaken for 12 minutes. Because they got to get really whipped up. It's got egg white in it, and it really whips up because they shake it like the devil. And by the time it gets in the glass, the foam is this high over the top of the glass. Oh, I will put, that's what you're looking at for the thumbnail. I will put my picture of that drink as my thumbnail for this. That's what I'll do. Then you'll be able to see it because I'm not editing. Anyway, Dennis and I, during, when I was doing all the exploring with cocktails and stuff. Now, Dennis doesn't really drink cocktails, but he's been very supportive of my cocktail adventures. And so he finds all kinds of videos and stuff, and we watch them. And one of them was the Ramos Gin Fizz. And, I'm a gin drinker. And anyway, so we went and got Ramos Gin Fizzes last night, and they were delicious. Delicious. And then we topped the evening off with a Corpse Reviver, which I've never ordered in a restaurant. I have made them because my friend Ben came up, found them and said, oh, let's do these. So anyway, they were quite pricey, and I can tell you that cocktail hour was the most expensive meal of the trip. We really enjoyed it. But there were a few things left on my list of foods, and we only had one meal left. And so I got a combo platter at Mr. Ed's. And so I got jambalaya, crawfish etouffee, and red beans and rice with sausage. And I wasn't as hungry as I should have been for that giant plate. I like the etouffee, not a big jambalaya fan. I guess I'm not as big a fan of sausage as I need to be for some of these dishes. And the red beans and rice were good, although the red beans looked like kidney beans. Maybe they were just small kidney beans? I don't know. I was surprised by that. But anyway, we were really full. And that was last night. But we walked around yesterday. We had the walking tour, and I think I did my vlog after the walking tour, so you heard all about that. And the lovely, all our wait staff, every single person who took care of us was completely charming and lovely, and I'm sure that's not a surprise to you. And I don't mean to imply that it was a surprise to us. Everybody was lovely. The thing that wasn't a surprise to me is I found out that I got overcharged for my cab ride to the hotel. Oh, well. Chrissy says, well, yeah, I guess you looked rich. I guess. I don't even know. Anyway, we had a wonderful time. It was cloudy yesterday. It's cloudy today. A little bit of sun now is coming out. Christy got very pink in the face, but I wore my hat religiously. And I have blisters. I got Band-Aids all over my feet. Got a recommendation for shoes because her shoes were so cute and great and supportive. So I think I'm going to buy shoes just like hers. I hope she doesn't mind. And then I'll have them. Next time I need to do a lot of walking. But yeah, I had a great time. And I was sitting here, I was just grabbing out I did not sketch. Well, I made a few lines, not much, when I was sitting in Jackson Square the other day. I told you about that. But I took some pictures. We'll see if there are any sketches come out of that. I wasn't finding a lot of good places to sit and linger and sketch. Or maybe I just wasn't inspired, my sketching mojo is not high. But anyway, I just got my sketchbook out because I decided I wanted to start my list. I do feel like this vacation has been like a demarcation. It's like, okay, get up to the vacation, but the vacation signifies the tax season's over, and I need something to rejuvenate me and restart me, and it's sort of like a demarcation. So I'm feeling like Dennis has sent me pictures of my tulips have bloomed, and the apple tree is in bloom. And so I'm going home to new flowers, new things in bloom. And one of my things I'm going to put on my list when I start writing it is that I want to go to the flower shop or go to the gardening center and get the flowers for the deck, because I want to do up the deck again. We were good little homeowners last fall, and we took our market umbrellas in and put them in the garage so they didn't get ruined all over the winter as they have in the past. And so we have umbrellas we can put up, and they'll be bright and cheerful, although we can't put them up when the robins are building their nests, so we might as well leave them in the garage for a little while. But I'm ready to start putting out plants on the deck, and I'm ready to put up my spring birdseed house that I bought at the Christmas festival. It's been sitting around my living room since Christmas because that's how it works. Oh, that's another thing on my list. I'm going to take down my Christmas decorations. Speaking of Christmas. So, yeah. So that's what's going on with me. I am going to sit here and make my list and think about, my spring. I'm going to sign up for physical therapy. I'm going to do my flowers. I'm going to take down my Christmas decorations, do all kinds of stuff. So we shall see how that all works out. But meanwhile, I've had a wonderful time. And this is Louisiana going by my window. Yeah. My last state. 50th state. I've been so lucky. 50 states. Yeah, of course I count them if I just drive through and, stop for lunch. Christy doesn't count them if you don't stop and do something, like something. I'm not sure what counts for her, but driving through and peeing and buying lunch counts for me. Driving through on a train does not. Riding through on a train doesn't. Landing in the airport doesn't count. I mean, I do have rules. They're just not as strict as hers. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to upload this and start my list. And I might not talk to you tomorrow because I will still be on the train in the morning and maybe won't have much to say. Well, I always have a lot to say, but you know what I mean. I think I'll probably skip tomorrow, or not, you might see. And I'm going to try to remember to put the name of that restaurant in the down bar in case you are interested. But the curried goat was to die for. We already have our list of things we want to go back to next time we're in New Orleans. But we had a wonderful time. Wonderful, wonderful time. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay safe.